Hello, ladies. We are so excited to be coming to you today. We wanted to do a video in the group to talk about why elegant businesses are hot right now. So what we want to do is just take a few minutes, to kind of go over exactly what an elegant business model is, why Tanya and I both leverage a elegant business in our own lives and why that's extremely important in the way we do business. We're also going to be talking about why elegant businesses are so hot right now, why they're on trend, why a lot of people are really trying to, master elegant business models. And of course, we want to share with the ladies in this group who want to, take what we share much further right now about our Set Up for Success online business consultants program that we're enrolling right now. We only have a couple weeks, not even that many weeks. We're getting started November 24th. So we want to make sure that, if you are listening to us and, want to go ahead and find out, that you leave us a comment down below. So what I want to do first is, like I said, talk to you and share with you what an elegant business is. And pretty much an elegant business is the opposite of a hustle and grind type of business, okay? So what an elegant business really is a business that accommodates and caters to, the many facets and responsibilities of the modern day woman. So making sure that we're building a business that allows for time and financial freedom, and that we're able to, be able to take control and have self-mastery in all areas of our life outside of just our business. Because what we found is that a lot of women, especially, and a lot of people, but women especially, when they build their businesses, they're not very intentional about the type of life that they are trying to live, and very clear about what will work for their limitations, or just how, their everyday life is set up and where they want their life to go, right? And so what happens is, when a lot of people pick businesses or they decide what kind of business they want to start, they underestimate, how much effort or how much resources or how much time or energy that it will take to make that business profitable, where they're able to operate at some point full time. Especially when they have a full-time job out, that they're working in addition to trying to build this business. So it's really, really important, especially in this group. We're going to be talking a lot about, how you set up your business really will impact how quickly you're able to move in a business that is generating the type of money you want. And just really making sure that you understand all the things that you'll have to consider, that you need to consider when building a business, so you make sure that you're building a business that makes sense for your life. And obviously, this group is to share all that with you, but also to give you an opportunity, a way right now to have a business that's going to leverage skill sets that can be used amongst many different industries, right? And in many different ways to build a profitable business online. So that's kind of what an elegant business is. It's just a business that gives more time freedom. And again, this is important if you're a woman, and your bandwidth and what's going on in your mental space is important to you. So Tanya is actually going to take over and kind of tell you why having an elegant business is so important to us, and why both of us have built a business intentional that way.
Yes, awesome. So thank you for that introduction, Danielle. If you are a replay viewer, I want you to put #replay so we can come back and say hello to you. And so Danielle and I were talking about this earlier, and really why we moved into, we started our businesses this way and created elegant businesses so that we were able to show up in all areas of our life. And Danielle knows this very well. When we met, I was working hard. Your girl was working 9 to 9 basically in my job, and I was traveling between here to New York to Connecticut to everywhere. And I needed to make sure that I could still show up in excellence at my job while building this business on the side. And so I thought of all the things that I could do. And I've been pretty much wanting to be an entrepreneur since I was like 16 years old. I remember getting kicked out of the network marketing meetups, the little opportunity meetings that I wasn't old enough to join. So, the thought crossed my mind of t-shirt businesses and all the things that I could have done to make money. But I realized I needed to do so in a way that allowed me to show up, first of all, and really showcase all of my talent, one. And I realized a product-based business wasn't going to do that. Two, I had to make sure that I could earn enough to make business sense for me to step away from my job. And Danielle knows that was really important to me. I needed to quit ASAP. We talked about it all the time. It was like, girl, I got to get out of this place. I have to get out. And I was mentally drained, but not enough to where I was willing to stay. Like I knew like I had to make something work. And so creating offers naturally that were $3,000 to $5,000 made sense to me because I knew, first of all, I knew the skills and talents that I needed to have on the back end to show up for my clients, to give them results. But I also knew that if that was the only way that I was going to be able to scale quickly and leave my job. Okay. So that was one thing. I also knew that I didn't want to replicate what I had at work. I didn't want to be working endlessly. I didn't want to have hustle and grind. I appreciate Gary Vee and his message, but it never resonated with me.
Right.
So I knew I wanted to create something totally different. And so I stepped into this knowing I only want to work 20 to 30 hours max. If I work over that, it's because I'm doing something that I absolutely enjoy. And that is because I choose to, not because I have to. Right?
Right. I think what's also important about Tanya's story too is some of the things like, one is that she realized, and we find this a common, I won't say a mistake because there are people who have been very successful starting t-shirt lines, okay? There have been people, and I want to let you know that there are people who've made millions of dollars doing it a million different ways. So somebody for sure has made millions of dollars off of t-shirts. However, you know, what I find is that a lot of people start to think about those product-based business, those t-shirts, because to them it looks simple, easy, something they can get rolling right now while they have a job. But that, you know, again, and this kind of ties in a little bit about why I'm going to talk about why elegant businesses are so hot right now. But you know, getting the t-shirts, you have to sell quantity. That's a business that if you're selling a t-shirt for $10 and you're trying to replace let's say you're making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, maybe you're not even trying to get to 10, you're just trying to replace a 9 to 5. Let's say $5,000. You have to sell what, $510 t-shirts? I mean, okay, let's say it's 25, but you're going to make $10 profit. So really, it still is a $10 t-shirt. So you 500.
Yeah, but what people don't realize too is, especially when you're still in a 9 to 5, to create the audience or to put the ad spend that you really need to do to get that kind of sales, to hit that number, it's a lot to manage while you're still working.
Right. So you're thinking if you have a $10 you made profit, even if the shirt was 25, you're still going to take 15 home or 10. You would have to sell 500 every month just to hit $5,000, not even get to scale to 10. So you're looking at 500 sales. And a lot of times, a lot of people starting a business in the beginning, especially ones who don't really understand what it really, really takes, overestimate. They think, oh, that's going to be easy. Or maybe they overestimate. Oh, it's going to be so easy. It's, you know, it's $10 t-shirts. It's not going to cost too much out of people's pockets. That's far better than asking for $200. I mean, of course. And then to find they'll sell 1 to 2 $25 t-shirts, and it'll take, you know what I mean? Then the next 498 you have to sell is going to feel very, very challenging, even though it's a $25 thing. Because honestly, so that's one thing I liked about your story, that you had dibbled in that, but you realized that that's not the way to go. And so good thing before you really put all your eggs in that basket, you made sure to change the way you're going. Now, Tanya is a little different from my story. That's why it's good that you're having both of us, because you can hear Tanya has more of, I had a job that was making great money. I already had skill sets that I felt very confident about, because in my current job, I was actually training and teaching, which is another thing we always say. And it's always probably better to find something you're already doing at a job or in the, you know, that you can bring into the marketplace. If somebody's already paying you $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 at a job, there's probably something that you know is worth something if they're gonna pay you that. So you're trying to figure out, what is it at my job that I can take into the marketplace? That's always a good start. A lot of times what women do at their job, they don't want to do in the marketplace, or they don't know how they can do it. And again, that is why you're in the right place, because the whole point of the group is not only to teach you what things you would need to have, but also to give you to teach to teach as you learn, as you know, and have money come in and monetize what you are learning in real time. So I want to bring that up because, you'll hear us talking a lot about business models and quantity-based business models versus quality-based business models. We're in a more of a quality-based business model because we try to stay away from businesses and business models that require dozens and dozens, hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of clients or customers, and do your numbers. We'll do a whole, trust me, you will get some training around doing your numbers backwards in this group to make sure that you're in alignment to even be anywhere close to getting into a full-time position in your job. And that's really what we want to do, is because when we don't have women operating their full-time zone of genius, doing what they love to do or being able to operate their business full-time, it's really hard to empower other people to do the same. And we need more of this. So our stories are a little different because Tanya, again, had these type of skill sets. She already had a good job. She was still lacking the freedom, the total freedom. And one of the things Tanya and I talk about too is you can even have a job that has some freedom, but not have the mental freedom to pick and choose what's on your brain. So that was a priority for her. Just being able to be showing up in her family was a priority for her. And so, but because she already had that skill set, she already kind of came into the marketplace knowing that there was a kind of a standard of what she wanted to charge. Unfortunately, a lot of women, and it's one of a big epidemic of women, don't have that type of money mindset, or where they understand exactly how to charge or value what they're selling. So Tanya came in kind of good because she's like, I want to charge $3,000 to $5,000. But because she instead did that, came up with a way to offer was $3,000 to $5,000 versus doing the t-shirt that had crossed her mind, she was able to replace her corporate salary with 1 or 2 clients every month. And that's what we're really trying to get people to understand, is like, how can we hit these high income months with the fewest amount of people? So at the beginning, we want you to hit your income goals with 2 to 3 people, 5 at the max. You know what I mean? Like 5 is going to be your ultimate max that we really want you to have to try to attract, close, and sell every month. So again, my kind of reason why I'm passionate about, making sure I have a high income business model, a business model where I'm working with fewer, more ideal invested people that are charging premium and platinum prices. So starting up, again, in that $1,000 areas, because one, just like Tanya, time freedom, we're both married. I'm a mother of 2 boys, and I just don't like feeling like I'm coming home from a job that I don't really like, that's not even paying me anywhere that I can get to the generational wealth or to the place that I want to really live my life at, and then come home tired from that, just a couple hours to spend with my boys. Like, I now have to figure out what's for dinner, and I've got to do homework and do bath and then get them ready for bed, and it's like no time, and then I'm totally exhausted just to do it all again. And then didn't spend the weekends thinking about Monday, and Sunday's all about Monday. Oh my God, we got to start all over. It's like it was robbing me of my weekends at that. You know what I mean? And so I was just, I know, right? Does everybody know who's been robbed of a Sunday because of a Monday? That Sunday been robbing Monday. Like, this is a Sunday at work day because you got to get ready for the week and just that mental bandwidth. So for me, you're going to always hear me talking a lot about mental bandwidth and, bandwidth, because like there are some women out here, and I'm going on a little thing and I got to wrap it, but I move on. But there's so many women out here who obviously can carry a lot, and there's super women for sure out here. And for those women, kudos to you. I love it. And that's the real true power of empowerment, is letting every woman decide for her what works for her. But for your girl, not so much. I love, having time for self-care, time to manage. I don't like a lot of stressful things. I personally don't really deal very well with that. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, I needed a business where I'm not worrying about, hundreds and thousands, not hundreds and thousands, but hundreds and thousands, like hundreds and thousands, not 100,000, hundreds and thousands of people enrolling into a program right now, or a lot of technical things, or even for me, to be quite honest, I don't really want to manage a large team. Tanya knows I'm like a 1 to 2 person team kind of girl at this point in my life. You know what I mean? Because I don't want the bandwidth of managing a whole lot or spending a whole lot in that sense. So for me, an elegant business is really great because I can make, more than I would at a job in like a day with 2 or 3 clients in the whole month. And now my month and my whole weeks are freed up. Yes, I spend about 10 hours a week in, my business on marketing. Then the other 10 hours, give or take, is with clients, if that, you know what I mean? It just kind of depends, but I know for a fact that I really like it to be 20 hours a week or less. That's kind of my non-negotiable for me. And that's a good thing. This business kind of works with how little or how much you want to work. It's set up in that way. You know what I mean?
I want to expand on real quick based on what you just said. One is the team. Like at this point in the game, especially with the way we're bringing in clients and enrolling clients, there's not a need to have 5, 6, 7, 8 team members.
It really isn't a need. It really isn't.
Right? With 1 or 2 team members, if that, you're everyone is taken care of, and you have roles for client enrollment and marketing tasks, and that's it. So then your business becomes more profitable because you're spending less on overhead, right?
Yes, and that's the thing. So let's go right into number 3 on why, number 3 with the next point, why exactly. Yes, ladies, we like to try to, we try to be prepared here, okay? Make sure we hit the points. But, yes. Why elegant businesses are so hot right now. And what do we mean? There has been, and Tanya and I, the great thing about being in this group, you're getting women who've been in the game for years now, over 5 years, more than that collectively. But, we've been here, we've seen a lot in this time space. That's what's really good about being with seasoned coaches, because they've been around long enough to see what's trendy, what's for the moment, and what's going to last, because we've truly seen it. And, again, right when I came online back in 2014, there was this much, celebration fanfare for hustle. There is this hustle grind, hustle fearlessly hustle, do some more hustle. And when you do that, sprinkle a hustle on top of that if you want to make some millions,
Exactly.
There was a lot of, again, celebration for people who were, always online, always, always selling something, always hustling, getting into where it's like, just doing a lot of energy. And there have been women who've been successful with that. But what we found is overall what's happened is that a lot of women have either got over the years, have burned out and slowed down, and their business has pretty much come all the way back to zero. We've seen people go from 7 figures back to zero, multi-6 back to zero, and stay there and not know exactly how to recover, right? Because, they got burnt out, and they don't know, like, how they built their business just wasn't really set up for a way that really accommodates women. And that's probably the kind of the fault of the men coming in this space and really like dominating it with the Gary V's and just a lot of those kind of Grant Cardones of the world. And those men, were kind of leading the forefront in the beginning of this like digital marketing as we know it now kind of thing. But there are men that they don't carry the same responsibility as women. So we found a lot of women kind of adopted the man's way of building a business, the masculine way, grind it out, keep on going, stack, do as much as you can, sell as much, be relentless, and those are masculine type. Now, we will always appreciate masculine strategies in our businesses, and we will leverage them because we don't want the opposite, which is all girly, all feminine, all in flow, and there's no real, system or anything that can be duplicatable to the next person. So there's a little bit of, there's still that masculine, but what we've realized is that for women who really want to be sustainable and who have other areas of their lives that they want to master, because for women, it's just not about business 24/7. And for men, it could be because they have wives. And not to say it couldn't be for us because we have husbands, but you know what I'm saying? We don't have the same chemicals as they to handle that type of pressurous type of business. So a lot of women built businesses like that only to get burnt out, fatigued from it. A lot of women that we've seen have lost their marriages because they've built businesses in a way where it requires them to put in 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, to manage a lot of people, to have a lot of bandwidth on all these moving pieces, even if it's, you know what I mean? So what we've seen is because of that, and a lot of women are starting to say, hey, you know what? This masculine way isn't working for me. I don't want, it worked for a season. Okay. It might work when you're single. It might work when you don't have kids. But I will tell you, Tanya and I have definitely found that for us, and again, there are mothered women, married mothers out here who are hustling and grinding to this day, and they're doing it. But we are adamant and just like, again, not adamant, but we're passionate.
We're pretty adamant.
We're not going to be adamant. We're passionate about sharing with women an alternative way who still want to make a lot of money, who still want to honor their femininity, want to honor their family, want to honor, flow. They don't want to feel like everything's a grind. They want things to come to them because they're naturally a woman. So that's something else we're going to be talking about, not today, but it kind of goes with this elegant theme, is because you'll see a lot of more women, and especially older, wiser women who are a little bit more settled in themselves, kind of adopt these elegant businesses because they understand, how women work and how we work best, and how to define how we can do it our way, not the way that's been passed to us by the men, right? So you're going to see a lot of more women finding out a way to get to high ticket, working with private people, moving their business into a business where automation is still a part of it, but they're doing it in a very much more strategic way where it's not so much like a numbers to the masses game unless they're truly prepared for that. And there are some women who are prepared for that. But again, how do you think I did, Tanya, on why it's hot right now?
It's perfect. I think it's you got it. You got all the points.
I got all of them and a couple extra that were not needed.
I think the truth of the matter is, and Danielle said this, but I'll just put a nice little bow on it. The working world was not designed for women, and we know that. The working world was meant for people who didn't have to come home and cook dinner and do laundry and go to the soccer practice and go to all the games and do all the things, right? So we've conformed to that because that's what we needed to do, right? But we've learned that there is a better way that allows you to still earn the money, if not way more, and do all the other things that your family is looking for you to do because they're counting on you to be a wife and a mom. One of the things that Joey and I talk about, just this morning, we were having a conversation, my husband and I, and he listed all the things that he wanted me to do. And I was like, there's no way I could ever go back to work. You just gave me a laundry list of things to do. And he laughed. Like, he knows that this is the most ideal situation for our marriage, for me to be at home and run this business and then do all the other things. It's so ideal. I can't even imagine what our marriage would look like if I had to take a job.
Yeah, and the same here. You know what I mean? Very much the same here. My husband appreciates that I'm home. I appreciate that I figured out a business where I can make my money and still have my marriage working out great, where I'm not resentful or upset at him at all. Because again, there's a lot we'll be unpacking with all of that, especially when we talk about marriage. So again, if you're marriage minded or a married woman, this is definitely a great place for you. If you're not concerned at all with marriage, that's fine, because what you do know for a fact is that if it's not a husband, it's family, it's somebody. There will always be somebody in your life that you want to have more of, if it's not just yourself. You know what I mean? If it could be just with yourself. But I will say that if specifically for a marriage minded or married woman, this is definitely another bonus, another great, not even a bonus. This could be the main thing that, changes the game for your life, is how you're able to accommodate. Again, how can I, help my husband so he can be his best? And Ty and I we're going to actually have our husbands on here one day. They're going to be showing up. You'll be seeing them to have this conversation. So yeah, absolutely. Well,
that might be pre-recorded just so we can cut some stuff out just in case.
Yeah. And so let me quickly, and then I'm going to let Tanya take it back over. I'm going to quickly just share with you again about the Set Up for Success online business consultant program, and exactly how this program and what we're going to be teaching you and how you can go out into the world, offering these services, solutions, and skill sets is an elegant business. So, again, this is a group where we're going to be sharing a lot of the things that is work for us, what you need to know, the essentials you need to have, but really it's to help women decide and determine if they are ready to have a business that's laid out, that doing what me and Tanya do, basically. So you're like, well, what am I going to be doing? You're going to be learning what me and Tanya have learned, and that we teach our clients, and how we get clients, and what we exactly do with clients, and our whole system and our methodology on how we get results for clients online, so that we can work from home, that we can work from our phone, we can work from our laptop. And now Tanya and I are now charging $25,000 to work with us in private coaching for our seasoned clients. So these are offers aren't for you right now. Obviously, one day, the sky's the limit. But what we want to show you is that in 5 years, we went from offering a couple $1,000 packages right around the price range we're going to get started with you ladies and get you comfortable out here, to now scaling up where we can charge even more. I mean, now to talk to Tanya privately for just an hour is $1,000. You know what I mean? I can literally be on the phone for just 10 hours the whole month, 1 hour every 10 days, and I will have made 10 grand. So it's about, you got to start and learn those high skill sets now so that you can begin getting better, more results, and move up. But trust me, it's even starting at the bottom, having a $1,500 or having $1,000 offer, right, that you can go off. 5 clients a month is $5,000. Once you feel comfortable with that, you'll move to 3,000. You'll get 3 clients, you'll be at 10,000. It's really not hard, is what we're trying to share with you, but you've got to start where you understand and master these basic level things that people really need and want right now. This is why the Set Up for Success Business Consultant Program is an elegant business, because we're teaching you high valued, high invested skill sets, or high skill sets that help people solve expensive pains and problems and collapse times from, and get them faster to their goals, and they will be wanting to pay that. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get you this, and it's a elegant business, because you're not gonna be out here putting together $200 courses or offers. You're not gonna be putting together $20 ebook. You know what I mean? We're going to teach you how you can facilitate $1,000 clients so that you can get to your income goals faster in very little time. So that I hope I shared how this business works. Again, we're working with people one-on-one in a higher package in a less amount of time, because it's not about how much time it takes us to get results. It's about what are the results value to this person, that, if they didn't get it, where would they be? And so there's a lot of entrepreneurs out here that are stuck and struggling. I mean, we went over the stats in the welcome video that hopefully you checked it about, how many people are starting business and how few are actually seeing any type of success. So there's a need for Set Up for Success business consultants. We know more women want to know exactly what we're doing on a daily basis to live this life. And this program is a great, great fit for women who know they want to work for themselves. They're comfortable online. They want a high value skill set, and they want to start having high income months in no time, and don't want to waste time trying to figure it out. So Tanya is going to tell you, if that's for you, what the next step is.
Yes. So if you resonated with this video, or even the video from yesterday, all we want you to do is comment below and just say, hey, I'm interested. Oh my God, this sounds amazing. Or if you want to message one of us privately, you can do that as well. So that is your homework. We know that you came here for a reason. We know, based on some of your responses, that you're eager to get started, that you're eager to learn more about how to create time freedom, financial freedom, and really be able to live your life by design. So we know that pretty much 99.9% of the group members here are like, oh my God, yes. So what we're asking you to do is raise your hand in the comments below. Just say, I'm interested. Or if you want to inbox us and say, you can do that as well. And then we'll set up a call to chat with you.
Alrighty, so again, we're excited for you to be here. Tanya and I, this is our baby. We'll be in here doing more videos, so make sure that you turn on the notifications in the group to, see all the posts, so you never miss when we go live. And let us know down in the comments, again, what ahas, takeaways, and if you'd like us to reach out to you, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.